Like I was like, yo, this is them. Like this is real. Right? Like yeah. I said, yo, just watch it.
The streets are in awe after 50 Cent defeated Big U, a startling reversal that has the streets and the industry humming. It is said that 50 Cent was instrumental in the downfall of Big U, one of LA's most esteemed individuals. This was more than ordinary street meat, though, this was a calculated move. Some claim that this was a planned ploy to assist federal investigators in locking up Big U for allegedly being connected to Nipsey Hussle's murder. During a recent interview, 50 Cent revealed shocking information regarding Big U's alleged criminal business. Eugene Big U Henley was a prominent figure in Los Angeles for many years. Long before entering the music industry, he established his notoriety in the streets as the former leader of the neighborhood Crips, a band from the rolling 60s. Big U made the at least visible transition from spending 13 years for robbery in the 1990s to mentoring, starting the foundation, creating opportunities, and advancing Nipsey Hussle's career. However, when Big U was hit with a 43-count federal indictment in March 2025, everything changed. He was accused by the feds of conducting a mafia-style criminal operation that included wire fraud, extortion, murder, and racketeering. They contend that he concealed a vast criminal network behind his connections to music and community activity. Enter WAC 100, also known as Cash. Now, Jones permitted a contentious individual who is well known for overseeing the games. Blueface and 6ix9ine and 4 having extensive links to the Bloods, particularly out of Bima. His relationship with Big U was intriguing from the beginning. But after allies, the two finally had a significant falling out. WAC made extremely offensive remarks following Nipsey Hussle's untimely murder in 2019 and referred to Nip's accused killer, Carrie Holder, as a true gangster for naturally adhering to the street code, thus widening the breach. This infuriated everybody, particularly Big U, who was close to Nippy. WAC openly admitted that Big U had reprimanded him after he allegedly reviewed the comments with him. Now, I'll keep silent. However, that stillness was short-lived. Things had boiled up by 2022 in an interview with Dub and CJ Mack. WAC made an effort to patch things up by saying, Big U is the only person I wish things had gone differently with. Big U wouldn't have it, even though I adore his family. I don't accept any apology from someone who disrespected me, my family, and my name, he said on Instagram, flatly rejecting the apology. The two continued their Cold War until March 2025, when Big U was overthrown in a massive RICO case. Here's where 50 Cent's role really takes off. Big U released a shocking video just before he turned himself in. He claimed that WAC 100 had collaborated with the federal government and contributed to the development of the RICO case against him. However, there was another name circulating behind the scenes. 50 Cent. Curtis 50 Cent pulling threads from the shadows is nothing new for Jackson, the streetwise tycoon from South Jamaica, Queens. Despite not having a formal gang affiliation, he is dangerous in a number of ways due to his experience in the drug trade and his in-depth knowledge of street politics. Rumor has it that for years, 50 had been subtly disseminating information, applying pressure to the appropriate parties, and setting the stage for a major takedown.
When they raided my house and my property, it was actually wet, loose cannon, 600, and his enemies.
When Big U made an astounding allegation, the situation became even more bizarre. He said that during the attack on WAC 100, he was present, at home, not just observing, but reportedly assisting the authorities. Big U even said that there was video evidence to support their claims. Be advised that you are aware of the situation. WAC 100 swiftly retaliated in a clubhouse session, refuting all of the claims. It has nothing to do with me. WAC dismissed it, making fun of Big U for being taken aback by the raid. Weck implied that his own duplicitous actions were the cause of Big Us's demise. No more, no less. This is where the story becomes complex, though. Behind the scenes, 50 Cent, the master of measured maneuvers, could have been planning something far more ambitious. Although there isn't any concrete evidence that 50 had direct contact with the federal government, his history of employing beef as a tactical weapon and his close connections to law enforcement provide a strong impression. According to several reports, 50C has been surreptitiously providing intelligence to SWAT 100, who then goes back and exposes and taints Big U using that information. It's the traditional 50 letting his pieces handle the grunt job while remaining off the front lines. Curtis Jackson has a history of acting in this manner. This playbook is not new to us. Recall the feud with Rick Ross. 50 didn't simply make fun of him. He dug deep, discovering Ross's history as a correctional officer and destroying Ross with that bomb. Street Rep. Examine his conflict with Ja Rule in Murder, Inc. He did more than simply strike them with bars. 50 implied that Murder, Inc. was financed with drug money by repeatedly linking them to infamous drug kingpin Kenneth Supreme McGriff. Federal heat on the label was ultimately the result of that pressure. It's not only street warfare, it's pattern information warfare. Scent finds your weak points, collects the receipts, and hits when it's most harmful. He is a chess player.
You tip it off to you. I think that definitely.
I did what?
I think you going online and saying that.
This suggests that Wack's public statements about Big U could have been orchestrated by a more powerful figure.
You're not listening to that. Witness, cooperating, victim, nothing. It means the police acknowledge you never had to, right?
Never.
They actually describe you as a rival, basically almost somebody that they might be looking for. It doesn't look like. But I will say, some of what you may have done may have helped.
This suggests that someone pulling the strings may have deliberately planned the public attacks against Big U. Strings in the background.
Talk about Big U, that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death. I mean, have you seen any proof that would confirm that?
For me being over and growing up in that area, I'm going to tell you guys that he definitely has something to do with that.
Yeah.
And,
Is 50 Cent the one responsible for Big U's downfall? That's what the streets believe. Both insiders and academics are join the dots. Even though WAC 100 isn't formally named as a cooperating witness in Big U's federal indictment, there may have been more to his online conduct, divisive remarks, and live audio tirades than merely igniting controversy. Some others think WAC could have been intentionally or unintentionally involved in a bigger plot, one that 50 Cent may have even planned. Although there isn't any hard proof that 50 Cent is directly connected to the Fed, the notion goes like, this WAC utilizes his position to publicly shape the narrative and assist in creating pressure against Big U after receiving strategic intelligence from 50. This allows 50 to avoid ever getting his hands dirty. A dot is the type of long-term strategy that fits 50 Cent's history. Is the same man who allegedly used Murder, Inc. as a weapon during his conflict with Ja Rule and who destroyed Rick Ross' street cred by revealing his history as a corrections officer. Those were not only personal strategies, they influenced the federal government's interest in the demise of the sector. In the case of Big U, many people think 50 just pulled out his old playbook and had the means to resolve any lingering tensions over territory, power, respect, or business. 50 has established close ties with law enforcement, detectives, and federal insiders through his popular series BMF and other real-life criminal enterprise-focused projects connections that most hip-hop artists would never have. According to some insiders, Big U's current legal predicament may have resulted from the use of those connections behind the scenes. There is more to the supposed conflict between 50 and Big U than most people realize, according to no-dot sources. It dates back many years and may have its origins in territorial issues involving the music business on the West Coast. Big U had established himself as a significant player in Los Angeles for a long time with his organization, creating alternatives and actual street connections, music impact, and nonprofit reach. A nationwide power base encompassing music, television, and business endeavors has been developed by 50 Cent, who is constantly focused on growth. And control is crucial for 50. Regulating stories, regulating transactions, and regulating results. A dot. Therefore, it wouldn't be shocking if he took action to eliminate Big U as a danger to that power without ever taking center stage. The plot, the relationships, and the time are all in keeping with the 50 South's distinctive aesthetic. His fingerprints could be on the chessboard. Even if he is not directly involved in the federal case, since he continues to communicate with speakers, like WAC 100, and maybe providing information through them. It's possible that 50 increased the temperature surrounding Big U just enough to start the fire. A dot. According to one source, 50 generates problems rather than merely responding to them. He always has 5 steps ahead of him. Naturally, the Nipsey Hussle connection. It would be impossible to recount this entire story without bringing up Nipsey Hussle. Rippy was more than simply a rapper. In South Central LA, he was a hometown hero, an activist, and a visionary.